Hey, this is JJ Starwind. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since I posted a video. Throughout this whole year, I've been playing Rise of the Ronin, as y'all can see on my channel. Finally beat that game. I'm kind of in Black Myth Wukong, but that game's been crazy so far. And definitely frustrating too. So, playing that a little bit. And, but yes, I have been watching anime, just not as much as I would like because of the new job that I've acquired early this year. That's taken up more of my time and energy. So had to put focus on that above all else. But now I got a chance, at least today, to talk to you guys about a few of the animes I managed to watch this year and the ones that I've liked. So I'll share at a minimum 4 animes, but it's probably gonna be 3. The first one that comes to mind I watched early this year, and it was actually on Toonami, Ninja Kamui. I watched that early this year. Pretty decent show. I definitely think it could have been better than what it was. I think the one thing that kind of made me scratch my head was the fact that it kind of started off as being more like ninjutsu arts, but then eventually just became almost like a knockoff of Transformers or something like that, with the body armor suits and all the high-tech gear that these guys were having to wear while doing martial arts. Especially with Higan and fighting against his enemy clan. I forget the villain's name per se, but I think it was like one of his former mentors or something. But I'm like, man, I think they could have just stuck with the ninja arts, ninjutsu. If they had stuck with that, I think I still would have been captivated by the show. But the story was good. I believe the female character name was Emma. Like, damn, her story was tragic, man. Like, I hate that she passed away. Spoiler alert, but she was one of the cooler characters on that show, along with Higan. And then you had the cop that kept following him around. He was trying to look into his past and everything. There was times he could have arrested him, but because of all the information that he heard from Higan about the clan and their ambitions, so he eventually started working together to take down the cyber security company, I think it was, that was helping the clan move forward in their ambitions to take over humanity and stuff. So it's not a bad show. If you guys want to check it out, it might still be on the Toonami website, but yeah, just go to GoGo Anime and you'll type in Ninja Kamui, you'll see it. Okay, so the next one, this was recommended by one of my subscribers, and also sub to him, the anime Windbreaker. Now, Windbreaker, at first glance, you would think it's kind of like a Tokyo Revengers knockoff, since like 2 years ago, people was going hypey over Tokyo Revengers. But as the story progressed, Tokyo Revengers, the show just got weird, man. I almost kind of have to compare it to Prison School, how it ended so badly. I don't want to get too much into the spoilers and everything, but Windbreaker in just 13 episodes has already looked more entertaining and more intriguing than Tokyo Revengers in just 13 episodes in just the first season, and there is another season coming out. So you got this main character named Sakura coming through. He's a new guy in that district of the city that they live in. He goes up in there. He's trying to be tough, trying to be all cool and everything, but then he encounters a gang and in this high school, and all they do is basically protect the city. So he's down for whatever. He just wants to be the strongest. He wants to fight any strong dude possible. Then he eventually encounters people like that, and then he kind of realizes, okay, I'm not as powerful and badass as I thought I was, so I got to work with these guys if I want to reach the top. And at some point, he does ask the top dude in his new gang on what he did to reach the top. And so he tells him, he said, I had friends, man. I had people to vouch for me to get me back to the top. It wasn't just me being strong and being cool. I had friends to help me out get there. So Sakura kind of took that advice to heart, and eventually they fight another rival gang in this season. The name escapes me, sorry, because it's been a couple months since I watched it. So eventually they do beat this gang, and then they kind of move on, and then there's like another arc after this involving another gang that's bullying one of their fellow gang members. So Yeah, I mean, already like in 13 episodes, the fights on there were already better looking and more and exciting than what I was seeing on Tokyo Avengers. So if you dislike Tokyo Avengers and you kind of want to look into a different type of anime that involves high school Yakuza style gangs or whatever, even though it's not Yakuza, it's just like high school gang stuff. Then yeah, Windbreaker I would recommend to you. Definitely watch Windbreaker. All right, the next one. The next one I really enjoyed, and I'm glad it came back to kind of put the final, pieces to the grand puzzle or the cherry on top of the delicious cake. That's King and Ashra. All right, King and Ashra came in and delivered. Shout out to Lark's Entertainment, man, for making this a really, really exciting anime to watch here. I mean, wow. Now, some of the story in King and Ashra, it did have me scratching my head with the explanation of the origins of Nico Tokita. Apparently, there's like a gang of these dudes. There's like a whole school of Nico Tokitas running around in from the inside. I guess that's what the name of the district is, and I guess it's in Tokyo. But man, like eventually they all killed each other except for two or something like that, and that can explain why Oma Tokita went through that ritual that his master, also known as Nico, put him through to make him not only stronger but to have him master technique, the one of the final techniques in the Nico style. So I'm like, wow, it is no joke learning the Nico style. It's very dangerous, extremely dangerous. And but the other Nico Tokita was the one that taught Oma the advance, which is like a forbidden technique in the style that basically it enhances your physical abilities, but it also causes mental confusion and hallucinations. And I don't know how his rival Kiryu Setsuna. Oh, okay. So he also learned the advance. That's right. I had to just remember. Like I had to remember, like in the early part of the anime, Kiryu did go into life advance too, in a way. So I think that's how he also was starting to hallucinate and start seeing Nico Tokita and everybody, not just as a ghost, but anytime this dude talked to somebody, like he saw Nico's face, Kiryu Setsuna, he went crazy. Okay, and he was just going mad all of a sudden, because he wanted Oma to return to that life advance so badly, so they could have this grand fight like that. That was like literally his wet dream. No pun intended. That was literally his wet dream, and his one desire in life was to get close to Oma as possible, so they could have the grand fight that they've always longed for. And then he would get killed. Yeah, that part of that final season and part two was wild. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil who actually wins the tournament. You gotta watch the remaining episodes on that, but at least I would tell you that much on the origins of the Nico style and what made Oma Tokita the fighter that he is today. So really appreciate Lark's Entertainment for making this series, because it was definitely one of the better ones that I've watched in recent years as far as fighting animes go. Now the last one is I'm still watching it, by the way, because it's not done yet. It's called The Elusive Samurai. Okay, The Elusive Samurai. And so this is kind of like it goes back into the older days of Japan society. I think around the 1300s. I believe the era is called Muromachi or something like that. So this is during when the Kamakura shogunate was like the top clan of Japan at the time, before they were eventually betrayed. And so they had an heir named Tokoyuki, Lord Tokoyuki. So he's a child, and one of his greatest attributes is running and dodging. Okay, so when it came to his martial art training, so to speak, he wasn't that good when it came to attacks. In fact, he was very weak, very, very weak. But he didn't understand that he had a special gift in running away and evading danger, in a sense. Like any kind of danger, like he finds ways to avoid it, especially with his athletic ability, right? So that was very apparent in the first episode. Like you saw this kid, he had a special talent. Now, I can understand why people got turned off by the anime just due to the comedy. Like some of it, some people felt like it was forced, like it's over the top, especially with how the character designs are, especially with the enemies. I think the one enemy named Sadamune, he that's the shogun with the big eyes. Like he oversees a rival province of the Kamakura, and I think it's called, what's that place called? It's not. I know the province where Tokuyuki is in right now is called Suwa, but it's like another one next door to it, and that's where Sadamune rules, and he's trying to absorb that province into his own territory. Okay, and this was after the emperor basically betrayed Tokuyuki's clan and had them entirely slaughtered. That happened at the very end of the first episode. That's a spoiler. So once I saw that, once how deep and how dark it got, right after all the slice of life stuff that I was watching, I was like, whoa, this got dark really quick. Man, what's this kid gonna do? He lost his entire family. All because one of the guys he looked up to in that family betrayed him. And now this guy, what's his name? I don't have my notes in front of me to find out what the name is, but apparently he had a retainer that served under him and his father, but he killed the father. All right, so now this guy, not only does he have ambitions to basically take over the territory of Kamakura, but he also has ambitions to become a shogun himself. So right for now, he's serving the shogun, but eventually he's going to overthrow the shogun. And that's the main enemy of Tokuyuki. And the priest, I think his name is Yorishige, that basically saved the kid's life and lives in Suwa province. And I think he kind of oversees it, but he was a loyal vassal to Tokuyuki's clan. Now I remember what the name of the clan was, the Hojo clan. So that's the clan of Tokuyuki, Hojo. So basically, it was Yorishige's responsibility to kind of tell him, because he has shaman abilities too. He tells Tokuyuki, like, look, you are destined to become great. If you stick to me and you listen to my prophecies, you are going to one day beat this guy that killed your family, and you will become shogun. All right. So that's basically the gist of the story. And over time, he meets fellow children that kind of join his side based on Yorishige's request, except for two. I think one of them is the ninja, and I think he only joined because he was promised territory by Tokuyuki if he served under him. That dude is hilarious, man. That boy crazy. He's a thief, but he acts like a ninja basically. But that dude is retarded, man. He wears the fox mask. Some of the jokes he be pointing out, man, that stuff had me dying laughing. Oh man, and he's a perv too, major perv. But anyway, the last character that they showed, and I've seen like the last 3 episodes, like that dude is awesome. He's very, very smart. I think his name is Fubuki. Really, really smart kid. Knows how to fight. Very, very strategic in battles and military tactics. And overall, he's kind. I mean, a lot of the younger children look up to him, and eventually he does serve Tokuyuki. But at the time, he didn't know that he was part of Hojo clan until like the very last minute. So because of this, he's intrigued, and now he wants to stick around and learn more about Tokuyuki's ambitions to become a shogun. So there you have it. Anyway, that's the Elusive Samurai. The story does get good. You just have to kind of get past the whole comedy innuendos and antics of some of these characters, and you'll see how good the story is. Just give it a chance, as I would say. But anyway, that's all the animes I've watched so far. There's a few others, but I kind of dropped them. And I was told about another anime I need to check out. So I'm going to do that in time. But anyway, if there's any other animes you guys have been watching, let me know in the comments. I will check it out if I have time. And I will see you all next time. You guys take care. This is JJ Starwind. I'm out.